he's ever seen in his life has been me and Manny Pacquiao.
Really?
Yeah. I won't disclose what took place, but it's been great.
You say you knocked out Manny Pacquiao?
I don't know what that means.
Right.
You know, but he's still young. He's strong. He's a big boy. Pacquiao is 46, man. It's tough, man.
Kind of, in the most respectful way, like make him regret, coming out of retirement, to face me.
The boxing world was left buzzing after reports emerged about a recent sparring session involving Manny Pacquiao ahead of his clash with Mario Barrios. One of his sparring partners confirmed they had been in camp together, but declined to reveal any specifics about how the rounds played out. When pressed on whether he had dropped or knocked out Pacquiao, the partner reportedly laughed and avoided giving a direct answer. That vague reaction has only fueled speculation, with fans now questioning Pacquiao's sharpness and readiness as fight night approaches, that in a sport where whispers from training camp can quickly turn into headlines. The silence is almost as loud as any statement. Whether it's strategic secrecy or a sign of concern remains unclear, but the mystery has definitely added intrigue to the upcoming showdown.
So now you're a big deal. And didn't you spar Manny Pacquiao around that time?
Yeah.
How's Manny Pacquiao in the ring?
Oh, man, we worked so much. We worked so much together. Freddie Roach, I can quote him. He said that the best fights, sparring he's ever seen in his life has been me and Manny Pacquiao.
Really?
Yeah. I won't disclose what took place, but it's been great.
You say you knocked out Manny Pacquiao?
I don't know what that means. I have amnesia.
Okay.
Veteran trainer Robert Garcia has openly questioned the wisdom of Manny Pacquiao stepping back into the ring, stressing that at 46 years old, the challenge is enormous. In Garcia's view, modern boxing is faster, more physically demanding, and far less forgiving. Making a comeback at this stage a serious gamble, but he acknowledged Pacquiao's legendary resume, noting that few fighters in history have achieved what he has. But as Garcia pointed out, no one defeats time. The generational gap between Pacquiao and today's top-tier competition is significant, and that reality can't simply be willed away with experience or heart. According to Garcia, the explosiveness, lightning reflexes, and relentless stamina that once defined Pacquiao aren't quite the same anymore. At the elite level, even a slight dip in timing or speed can shift the outcome of a fight. And in a high-stakes matchup, those small margins can mean everything.
And lastly, Robert, do you think Pacquiao wins this fight?
Man, look, Pacquiao's is a legend. He's a legend. He's man, everybody, myself, Mexicans, people love him because he's just such a great person. He helps a lot. Everything he does is to help people out, and I know of so many stories of people that he's helped, that he's done in his country. So you can't help not like him and not wish him well. But fuck, at 36, it's too hard.
46,
to,
yeah. 46.
Oh, my bad. 46, yeah. He's 4 years younger than me, man. I don't see myself even able to, box for 12 rounds against a young fighter, even though Barrios might be the lighter of the welterweight division.
Right.
But he's still young. He's strong. He's a big boy. Pacquiao is 46, man. It's tough, man. But it's done. It's been done before, man. Foreman done it. Hopkins did it. That Leonard came back. Also and did it after a long retirement. So, is it possible? Yeah. Does he have the talent to do it? Yeah. Was he one of the best fighters of all times? Yeah. So we could see him pull it off, man. But I really don't. I don't see it happening.
Many analysts remain cautious about fully endorsing Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring. Their hesitation isn't rooted in any doubt about his historic legacy, but rather in the realities of the present moment. Age, inactivity, and the evolution of the sport all weigh heavily in their assessment that at the same time, they recognize that this comeback isn't impulsive. Stepping out of retirement at this stage speaks to Pacquiao's relentless drive and deep belief in his own abilities. Fighters of his caliber don't make decisions like this casually. Many observers argue that he wouldn't put his reputation or his health on the line unless he genuinely felt capable of competing at a high level. While most analysts stop short of bold predictions, some concede that Pacquiao's heart, experience, and competitive instinct could still make him dangerous. If his conditioning holds up and his timing clicks back into place under the lights, the possibility of a surprise victory can't be completely dismissed.
Everyone's going to be paying attention. I know I have been these last couple of weeks, watching all these old fights, looking at interviews, watching him train. It just makes you think, like, does he have one more in him? I don't know. He thinks so. And we're going to watch him try at least.
Against Mario Barrios, he's going to be looking for the WBC World title, huh?
Yeah. Barrios is a world champion in a welterweight division that is about as weak as I've ever seen it. I think probably people older than me won't ever remember. This might be the weakest welterweight division in history, especially with the removal of Ennis, who's likely seen his last fight at welterweight. I do believe that there are guys coming up in the pipeline that are pretty good welterweights, but they're not at the championship, or they're not getting the championship shot quite yet. But if there's a moment in time where an older fighter can jump in and maybe steal a moment or steal a belt and win a championship and do something special, it's probably right now. It's Mario Barrios losing the welterweight title isn't exactly Michael Moore losing the heavyweight title to George Foreman, when Moore had just beaten Evander Holyfield. It was a shock when Foreman beat him, but nonetheless, it's still an accomplishment. I think Barrios sucks.
Mario Barrios hasn't held back when discussing his mindset for the fight. The younger contender has made it clear that he believes Manny Pacquiao's return from retirement is a decision he'll ultimately regret. Confident and calculated, Barrios says he's been analyzing recent training footage closely and shaping his game plan around what he sees. According to Barrios, the clips show subtle but noticeable changes, particularly in speed and stamina. In elite boxing, he argues, even a slight drop in sharpness can be decisive. While he's openly respectful of Pacquiao's legendary accomplishments, he insists that the man stepping into the ring now isn't the same force who ruled divisions years ago. For Barrios, this fight represents more than just another title defense or payday. He views it as a defining moment, an opportunity to elevate his own status by defeating one of the sport's most iconic figures. A clear, dominant win over a legend would not only validate his confidence, but potentially propel him into a new tier of recognition.
To get in this camp.
So yeah, then I guess I'll put it this way: like, I don't think based on that, then you should be surprised with anything Manny does, or is it like, well, we'll see with the first punch how that mimics the sparring.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like the best way, right? Because I mean, again, we have been trying to mimic or trying to get the looks that Manny brings as best as we can. But still, everything it's gonna come down to fight night. I'm still preparing for the best version of Manny that I can. I'm not going in there expecting to be facing an old man, so yeah, I'm expecting him to be fast, to be moving, so yeah, I'm just expecting the best from him.
I would think because you're younger, that the later the fight goes, the more it's in your favor, right? Like, do you guys feel that?
I feel that I have confidence, and the more, the longer the fight goes, right? It's it's my job to go in there and yeah, make him feel like the old man, make him feel kind of in the most respectful way, make him regret coming out of retirement to face me, make him question it, right? Why did I come back for this?
Several analysts, including a particularly outspoken panel of 11 experts, have voiced serious reservations about Manny Pacquiao's physical condition heading into this fight. They've pointed to his most recent outing, noting that it lacked the crisp footwork, explosive angles, and sustained sharpness that once defined his style. Their collective view is that this matchup carries significant danger, especially given the youth, strength, and conditioning of Mario Barrios. At the elite level, even a slight decline in timing or durability can be magnified, and several analysts believe that if Pacquiao struggles to match the pace or withstand sustained pressure, the risk of a stoppage becomes very real. While many respect his courage and competitive spirit, the broader consensus is clear. Stepping into the ring at 46 against a younger, active contender is a high-stakes gamble. Experience and heart can bridge some gaps, but against a prime opponent, the physical margins may ultimately decide everything.
So Manny Pacquiao is going to get knocked out by Mario Barrios. And I get it, like, Mario Barrios is, like, far from a good fighter. Mario Barrios is one of the worst champions in all of boxing, but Manny Pacquiao is so old, bro. I think a lot of you guys forget Manny Pacquiao fought last year, and he arguably lost to, like, a Muay Thai kickboxer dude. Like, this dude wasn't even a boxer. Yes, he was really big, but the dude was just not a boxer. Honestly, I think the WBC should call this fight off. I think it's not too late to kind of go back on your word and let's call this one off. This fight should not be sanctioned by anybody. This fight should not be allowed. At least Mario Barrios should be stripped of his WBC title for defending it against a 46-year-old. Is there a slim chance Manny Pacquiao is able to outmaneuver him and maybe outpoint him, punch, around him? Yeah, maybe. But realistically, it won't happen. But if he does, I think it will solidify him as the greatest boxer of all time. No questions about it. I think if he does win this fight, it would put him clearly over Ali, Ray Robinson, Ray Leonard, and Floyd Mayweather. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on how y'all feel about this fight.
Veteran trainer Joel Diaz shared his perspective on the matchup with a tone that balanced admiration and practicality. He praised Manny Pacquiao for his historic achievements and legendary career, but emphasized that age is an unavoidable factor in combat sports. Diaz pointed out that Mario Barrios holds a clear physical edge simply by being younger, benefiting from fresher legs, quicker recovery, and sustained sharpness. While Pacquiao was once defined by explosive speed, rapid angles, and relentless movement, Diaz noted that those attributes naturally diminish over time, that in high-level boxing, even the smallest drop in reflexes or endurance can alter the outcome. Diaz's message wasn't dismissive, it was realistic. Respect for greatness aside, he believes the physical realities of the sport will play a decisive role once the bell rings.
Yeah. Mario Barrios is younger. He's younger, he's big, he's a big boy. I mean, he still has a little bit more youth in him than Manny. Manny, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mario Barrios is probably same size as Margarito.
I think so, like 5'10", 5'11".
Around there, yeah. And Manny at this age, he shouldn't be fighting. In my opinion, I respect the man a lot. He gave the sport of boxing his life. He gave us great moments, great memories.
One of the biggest concerns surrounding Manny Pacquiao is the combination of age and extended time away from elite competition. Years removed from professional action create more than just a conditioning hurdle. They demand a full physical and mental recalibration to perform at the highest level again. Ring rust doesn't only impact stamina. It affects timing, reflexes, rhythm, and the ability to adjust mid-fight. Meanwhile, the sport continues to evolve. Younger fighters bring sharper recovery, updated tactics, and relentless pace. Re-entering that environment after a long absence is a massive challenge in boxing, where split-second reactions determine success or punishment. Even the slightest delay can be costly. Pacquiao's legacy is unquestioned, and his achievements remain historic. But as critics continue to point out, past greatness cannot stop time. At the elite level, biology eventually becomes the toughest opponent of all.
I think people are forgetting Pacquiao has a championship fight this weekend against Mario Barrios. And I don't know what to really think about this one. So I took a screenshot of this and circled it. Pacquiao's 46 years old. See status inactive. And I don't know how they gave this guy a license to have this fight. I get Manny Pacquiao, who he used to be, and how truly good he really was. Not that guy anymore. Going against a guy who's young and Mario Barrios and talented. And then if you look at Pacquiao's resume going into this fight. So obviously you have his loss in 2015 to Mayweather. And we'll just go up. And look, he beat Bronner in 2019. That win didn't age too well, but it's a very good win. Beats Keith Thurman, who beat Barrios. And he loses to Ugas in UD. who, by the way, gets cooked by Barrios 2 years later. Pacquiao, at this point, will have had a 4-year layoff going into this fight, or a 3-year and 11-month layoff, if you look at that. Going into a championship fight against a guy who's young and decently talented. Is it a winnable fight? Yes, it is. Manny Pacquiao's 46 years old. He's an old man. I doubt he will get the job done. Don't be surprised if he does, though. Don't be surprised. I hope he does. I mean, who doesn't like Manny Pacquiao? But we'll see. But what do we think? Should Pacquiao even have a license to be boxing this weekend?
The jab is what can neutralize Pacquiao. It's what helped Ugas neutralize Manny in between those bursts that you know are coming. So we'll see. My first thought of this fight was Sugar Ray Leonard when he came back against Hector Camacho. I think we get Barrios winning, and I think Manny announces an emotional retirement in the ring in a beautiful moment after the fight. He's one of those guys that needs to lose against an ordinary type of fighter like Barrios to truly know it's over, because without a shadow of a doubt, 10 years ago, he would have handled Barrios with ease, and that's not a diss to Barrios. So you gotta lose to a Joe Smith. You gotta lose to a Mario Barrios. Manny is one of the fighters that won't stop until you make him stop. So Saturday night, I think Mario Barrios finally makes him stop.
One of the things that I really thought made Manny special, and what I noticed in the ring too, was his first step. It was so damn fast. Fastest hands I ever fought in a ring was Amir Khan. Fastest first step was Manny Pacquiao. His ability to pull the trigger early on, pop that straight left hand right down the middle. If I see him go out there, pop that straight left hand on the heavy-footed Mario Barrios, bangs him, cracks him with her left hand early, I'm like, okay, we got to fight. If I see him falling out of position, being off balance, getting square, and getting countered early on, I'm gonna know right away this is gonna be a bad night for Manny.
Manny Pacquiao returns to the ring against a young fighter, champion WBC, Mario Barrios. How do you see that fight playing out?
Yeah, Barrios is a tall guy and he's a tough guy. You know, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt because Pacquiao is champion, the holder of the records of 8 divisions, and he knows how to fight. He knows how to win. So you always gotta give it that opportunity for him to show up. And now whoever shows up in that ring, whether it's a desire to win or just try to be there, that's a question that we have to see. But I believe that he has the ability to do something to win the fight against Barrios.
Well, I mean, Manny's already, it doesn't matter anything to, I mean, Manny's already a winner as far as I'm concerned. I mean, he's just to step in and to keep challenging himself at his age. I mean, he's already won, so it doesn't matter what the outcome is.
July 19th, we've got Manny Pacquiao getting back at the ring at the age of 46 against a young, hungry champion, Mario Barrios.
Doesn't matter, knockout. You know, nothing against the other guy, by the way. Shout out to you. You probably have a great future ahead of you after this fight, but I'm predicting like maybe like a 7th round knockout. You know, it's gonna be a little brutal. Head's gonna be on the ground, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely betting on it, so we'll see.
I think it's nothing Manny can't handle. I think if Manny fights Manny's fight, I think he beats him. And I think, and this is where I say it might be shock the world, I think he could unify the title. I really do. I still think he's got the ability at 46 to do something that will shock people. I believe that.
At a certain age, even as great as Ray is, he's not the Ray Leonard who became the world champion, one of the greatest fighters in history. So age takes a toll. I mean, Manny actually walked in when I was working out in the ring. And I said, you know, let me tell you something. Age really has nothing to do with this. And I'm 82, so, you know, I think you train hard, you're working hard, you've got the skills, but, you know, let's be realistic. It's a split-second sport. Right? That's you nearly hit me. Nearly. That's why I said nearly. So you still good. Love you.
Here's what Shane Mosley thinks about Manny Pacquiao's upcoming fight.
So the way I feel right now, I think that he's going to do really, really good, and I think that it's a really strong possibility that he wins the world title. I mean, he gets up every morning, he does his run, he works very hard. I'm listening to what he's doing and his mentality. Oh, I talked to him the other day. I was like, he sounds exactly like me. My mentality, he has my mentality. Like we have the same, we're like walking the same type of thing. You know, he's 46, I'm 53, but it's like we're almost the same. I don't really know Barrios like that, so I can't really speak about it. That's why I'm like hesitant. But see what I see with Manny, man, I think that it's a very strong possibility he wins the world title.
Okay, so a few more days. The Pacquiao, Barrios. And of course, I'm here with Alex. Who better knows Pacquiao than Alex? How do you see the fight going down?
I think it's a good fight. I think Manny, they picked a good opponent. The blueprint's already there. Margarito, only not as big. So Manny just has to do the same thing.
Easier said than done, but you know, because of course I've watched a lot of analysts, experts. They're saying, yes, that's the blueprint. Can he do it at 46?
If I was privy to what he's doing, then I'd be able to say yes or no, but I'm not. Like like with my teams, we have a dietitian, we have a chef, we have a recovery doctor. We know where our fighter is, and he's only 21. Manny's 46, so they should be checking his blood, finding out what his optimal levels are, what he's probably deficient in, what he's not deficient in. You know what they have to. So they should be all on top of that.
Can you make a good assumption based on what you see on training and videos if he's in good condition?
I don't see anything. All I see is the same thing. To be honest, I see him doing a lot of shadow boxing. They don't show sparring, so we don't really know.
So you can't really test if his condition.
No, he's always looks good before the fight.